guys! Welcome to my YouTube channel, May Fine Art. This channel is mainly focused on my painting tutorials, and in this video I am very inspired to paint this beautiful sunset. This is like the one that I always see in Siargao, where I usually spend vacation during my childhood, and I want to share to you how I paint this using oil paint medium in canvas. So I hope that you will like this video, and in between I also share what are my inspiration to paint, what are the strategies that I need to do in order to prevent artist blockage and to keep on painting. So even though I'm a busy, I have 2 kids, I also have another job as a nurse, still I'm finding time to paint because it's also my passion. So guys, I hope that you will like this video, and for you who are not yet subscribed in my channel, I'll be very happy if you will subscribe, like, and comment. So I hope you enjoy this video. So guys, I begin this oil painting with a white blank canvas, and as you can see, I started with the lightest color, and that is yellow or lemon yellow, and I just make this stroke, and I mix it with a little bit of titanium white. And looking at this, the reference photo of this sunset, in the center of this canvas, yes, I put the brightest color, and you need to make sure that you will always begin first with the brightest color in your canvas, because if you start with the darkest color, then it would never be corrected if you will put on top with it bright color. The dark color at the background will always prevail, so make sure that you do first with the brightest color. And in this painting, it is the lemon yellow with a little bit of titanium white. So I want to share to you guys also that there are some days where I'm too busy and I'm too preoccupied with my other responsibilities in life that I totally become blackout, you know. My motivation to paint is not so much as before. So it's been for a while that I've been painting, but in this year I want to motivate myself to paint more, and I am very much inspired to paint more because I have this goal to help other people in Siargao, and I am planning to make this fundraising and sell my artwork and somehow donate the proceeds to the victims of Odette. So guys, I hope that you will give some attention to it, and I hope you will help. And in continuing with this painting, I trying to put already some of the other colors. I also use the use of blues like ultramarine blue and some mixture of red to give the effect of a little bit reddish blue, so violet. If you will combine blue and red, then you will have this violet. So if it's sunset, guys, if you can notice, there is different shades of colors, like it's not totally blue, but it's like a mixture of this orange, bluish, that and a little bit of yellow that will be very visible in the clouds. So it's a really beautiful combination of colors. So in this painting, I'm trying to mix my color very carefully to create this effect. So I also then painted the horizon line that will give some indication that this is the land, where you can see a little bit of mountains, and I used the color of brown and yellow ochre, and I continue painting the clouds with blue accent. So it's pretty enjoyable to have this activity, guys. So there are times that I have this artist block. So you don't know what it is, I will tell you what it is, guys, because somehow I want to paint, but I have no inspiration what is nice to paint. It really needs some motivation for me to paint. So guys, you can see now that I'm painting the land area. So as you can see, here is a mountain with a brown color oil paint, and I always remember the mountain in my country. Our country is an island. We have around 7,000 islands, more than 7,100 islands, and it's such a beautiful place, but we are also prone to typhoons. That's the sad thing. So it's very inspiring to remember those time where I can just enjoy. When I was young, we went there for some vacation. So guys, if you're an artist, you've likely had days where you hit a wall with your creativity. Yes, it's true. If you're so busy with other things that's going on with your life, like for me, I'm also a mom of two young boys, ages 2 and 5, almost 5 and almost 2. My youngest son will have a birthday this February 20, and the other one is April. So guys, you don't know what to paint, you're not sure where to start, and you don't really have the motivation to create anything, and you have zero inspiration, right? So yes, I'm kind of familiar because I've been there, and you're not alone. Whether you're a painter, you're a sculptor, a singer, finger painter, photographer, yes, or another type of artist, there are going to be days where you find it excruciatingly difficult to create something, indeed. And for me personally, I'm also working as a nurse, so there are times where I'm totally exhausted from my work. You know, nursing, it's not an easy work. It's a very stressful and challenging. Not only that you're caring for sick people, but you also need to deal with so many people, like you're also colleagues. So it's not always easy, right? So you always have this artist block because of what is happening around your life. And just as there is a writer, and some of them are giving some inspiration why you need to avoid this or how you can overcome this. So what is really artist block? Why sometimes I'm having this? This is an abstract term for when your motivation well has run dry. Yes, you can't come up with any ideas, and maybe you are in the middle of a painting and all of a sudden you feel stuck and you're not sure where to go with or how to proceed. Or maybe you're feeling motivated in creating something but you haven't drawn in years, and as soon as you sit down in front of the blank page you feel overwhelmed, indeed. And then you have this feeling of, okay, what is the best thing to do with this blank canvas? So the guys, there is a stages of creativity according to some of the experts. You need to have practice and you need to have time. So it can take shape in the form of fear, anxiety, hesitation, and even loathing for the creative process. These feelings can last hours, days, weeks, months, or years. For me personally, guys, I have this experience of I'm painting and suddenly I lost this motivation to continue, and then I'm starting again, and then I'm going back again to that old painting and I'm starting again another one. So yes, I admit I have that kind of tendency. So however, this doesn't mean that you've completely lost your ability or drive to create, or that you're not good enough to paint. Okay? So guys, trust me, this happens to the best of us, and I want to assure you that there are ways to get out of this creative rut. So guys, I want to share to you what are the causes of artist block, guys. So while there is no one single thing that causes artist block, there are several ways that you can at least identify why or how. And from my own experience of struggling to create, guys, I know that it comes from a new source. And some of it are like, you need to determine the sources why it blocks your creativity process. So one of it, guys, is self-doubt. And for me, this is always enemy number one. Yes, self-doubt is always happy to come trickling in, right? And it tries to sneak out of nowhere to struggle your inspiration of motivation. And for me, I found and seen that there are days where I have internal or external self moments or self-doubt moments, and it's just blocking me to my creativity. But I need to be in a very rest or peaceful place so I can think what I want to paint. Like, for example, you might say like your internal self-doubt may include thoughts such as you're a terrible artist, you're not good enough, you're not skilled, or you're too old, or you're too busy to learn how to paint, or you'll never get better. So guys, for those artists who are having this self-doubt, this is really the negative mindset. Days like this can be really rough, but all artists have self-doubt. That's real. It comes with the gig. It does get easier as you practice more and more. So we definitely need to just do it. We need to have time, if it will allow us, even 1 hour a day. So being an artist needs a consistent time, consistent method, time, a specific place where you can feel really like you can focus, right? When it does happen, remember that there is nothing wrong with you or your creation. And with each painting or drawing, you make, and it's a unique perspective, and you see the world in your own eyes. That's you. So whatever it is, don't you ever lose your self-value as an artist. Okay? So guys, there's another way where there's another reason or cause why there is a self or artist block. So the second is fear of judgment or criticism. The fear of being judged or criticized for your work, guys, is more of an external projection of self-doubt and comes directly from comparing yourself to the other artists and their skill level. So why? What are these thoughts? Why you need to have this feeling of judgment or fear of criticism? Like, I'll never be able to draw or paint like so and so artists, and I don't want to show them because they'll think my art sucks. No one wants to see or buy this, or what? Yes, that's true. You sometimes think like this, or even me sometimes think like this, but is it good? Unfortunately, no. It's really easy to get into this mindset. I will often go to Pinterest or Instagram to find inspiration for what to paint. Don't get me wrong, guys, either of this can be amazing to generate ideas, guys. However, more often than not, I spend too much time on them and end up feeling overwhelmed. Yes, too much inspiration from other artists is like, oh, they're too good. No, you have your own value, you have your own level, so you don't need to compare with others, but you can compare within yourself. Are you improving or are you not improving? But there's no use to compare with others. You have your own value. My motivation goes out the window because I've looked at other artists' work and fear of their judgment gets the better of me. So sometimes we tend to compare ourselves to others, and that's definitely not good. If you enjoy doing it in your own way, that's really good enough. That said, if you get inspired, excited, or motivated by looking to other artists' work, by all means, do it up. Do what works for you. It's your own work. But if you easily fall into the trap of comparing your work to others, guilty? Yes, then maybe think about alternative ways to find inspiration. Just limiting the time spent looking at others' art will mean limiting the time you spend thinking about how good your art is, isn't it? Remember, all artists need to start somewhere. Indeed, that amazing artist you're comparing yourself to was once in your seat. There are and will be artists who look at your stuff and can't wait to get to your skill level. So guys, take your time. For those who are wanting to be an artist already, and artists who have this artist block, we can always have time to breathe. Don't compare and do your best. And the another reason is lack of skill. All artists start out as an amateurs, according to Ralph Waldo. It all comes down to practice, practice, and practice. Getting great at anything is a long game. It doesn't matter how confident, eager, or inspired you are. If you don't consistently practice the skill you want to hone, you won't get better. It's not always easy, guys, to recognize and accept that you suck at something, right? And I also spent 2 months, guys, avoiding a painting because I simply lacked the skill to draw. But once I recognized that the reason why I was blocked with the painting was that I didn't know something, I put on more effort on it, over and over and over again. Eventually, yes, I feel confident enough to do it for realsies on the painting and then removing the block. So sometimes we really need to just do it and see where it will go, right? So guys, confidence comes with practice and repetition. And mastering a skill is exactly this. If you find yourself feeling creatively blocked because you aren't sure how to draw something, that's okay. We can dedicate 5 or 10 minutes a day to practice that thing, and don't beat yourself when the picture looks like, a 4-year-old did it, cause it might. We need to trust the process and you will get better. So not only in the art world, guys, in all of the things that we need to learn, we need to practice and practice and practice. That's just like that. If you've been painting for a while now, have a look back at some of the things you created a few months or even a year ago, and you will be able to see how much your skills have improved as your style has come together. Yes, indeed. And we can always compare our previous artworks to what we are doing now, or the technique or the style that we are learning, and compare it. So these are very important matters, guys. And then, guys, another mental artist block is mental or physical exhaustion. I think this is one that I'm experiencing. This one may seem simple but can be overlooked easily. When you are feeling creative block, take a step back and check how you are feeling outside of your usual art time. Are you sleeping well, eating healthy, exercising? Do you feel really stressed at work or school? Are you having issues with your friends or family? Yes. Some of these questions are really, yeah, I can say yes. But if your mind is worried or stressed about other things, then it's not surprising that you are struggling to create. So guys, this is very important. Taking care of your body is and mind isn't just important for creative process but for a happy and healthy life. This is very, very important. So guys, what are the artist block exercises? Although it can seemingly strike out of nowhere, there are ways to lessen the effects of artist block. Some of it are: first, suggestion that you can do, breathe and know it will pass. Yes, it's okay to not be 100% on all the time. When you are frustrated, guys, block or struggling to paint something, step back, take some deep breath, go and meditate, and try to figure out where the block is coming from. It's all good. And the biggest thing is to not feel guilty that you have these feelings. It's normal. See them, accept them, and know that they'll go away. Because they will. And after a few deep breaths and determining what may be causing your artist block from the sources above, then it's important to take a break. Second is important, guys. Sometimes you just need a good old break to recharge your creativity. Artist block can stem from just one or even a combination of the things above. So it's important, guys. It's okay to take a break if you're a professional artist who relies on what you paint to make you money. Taking a break doesn't seem like an option. I am guilty of overworking because I know that my time energy input is money. But if your phone was close to 0% battery, would you not charge it for 10 minutes if you given a chance? Yes. So guys, I have to repeat this. It's okay to take a break. Here are some ideas to recharge your battery that takes less than 30 minutes. So guys, listen to this. 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. Did you try to meditate? I'm sure it will somehow give you peace of mind. So you can lie on the floor and stretch, or dance ridiculously to your favorite song, or watch silly YouTube videos, or grabbing a healthy snack, or 20 to 30 minutes power nap, or you can walk around the block, or you can just read. So this is very, very important. And personally, I do some dancing, I do some karaoke, singing. Yes, those are my inspiration or somehow my release. So don't give yourself a hard time for not feeling motivated to paint. And besides, you probably need it and you will be more energized and productive because of them. So another tip, guys, is to change up your creative space. This has worked wonders for me, guys, in the past, and is usually my go-to fix when I'm feeling stuck. I have a atelier or studio, and it's now near to the window. Before, I just paint in the living room and my children are there and it's just so chaotic. So I feel it won't help me at all if the place is very chaotic. So I tend to put it in somewhere quiet so I can have more time to think and to create. Whenever I get blocked or static in my work, I will change up my creative space. Like, I will go to a cafe also sometimes. I've never been to before. Yes. Yes, in the city. And then get brighter light bulbs for my workspace, or actually move the furniture around in my apartment. So changing in the environment influence our brain, guys, to think differently because of the new stimuli. And even small actions like sitting on a different side of the table, and this can give your brain a new space and perspective to connect ideas. So it's very important. And then, guys, this another tip: socialize with the people you love. Humans, by their very nature, and social creatures, and social interaction and physical touch. So we need to have friends, we need to have family in order for us to be feeling good, right? So, and then don't think, this is what I'm telling you, don't think, just do. So it's important to have that mindset, right? It's like just do it by Nike. And then go outside for a walk if you have some park near you, and do something else creative. For me personally, I'm also doing, what is other creative things that I like to do? Yeah, YouTubing, that's what I like. And keep a sketchbook with you, yes. So everywhere you go, then you can just do it. So guys, recognize when you're procrastinating is also important. So I hope that I give you some important tips how I manage to be avoiding artist block and to be more inspired to paint again and again and again, because it's our passion, guys. We should cultivate being an artist not only in mind but also in work, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this YouTube video.